All right, we're back from our little
Ross,
break.
I've come to make a bargain.
Now, Plapes, would this be a deal with the devil or a deal with the DM?
Is there a difference?
Or both.
Is there a difference?
Exactly.
Alright, so as it is tradition, we like to, if a book has a special mechanic that's just for it, we like to look at it and see if we are going to like it or dislike it.
And this is one of
So,
the first times where I'm actually going completely blind to this.
alright, so any bargain offered by an utterly unknowable and unfathomable power, such as to position themselves within the realm of blah blah blah, must be carefully because everyone these gifts are offered lightly and should not be accepted lightly. Blah 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 blah. In nearly all cases, the power is uninterested in negotiating the duration or eventual cost of this gift. However, there may be certain circumstances. There could be role-playing scenarios or simply the current events in the adventure scenario that could cause the power to briefly consider negotiating. The GM has the final say on whether a given bargainer has the inclination to haggle. Generally, characters need the dark bargain far more than the powers need to grant it. So it looks like the idea of these are their powers that the players should be aware exists and actively seek out.
Okay.
Yes. So that is the role they are meant to play, which is honestly kind of cool.
I could also see this as being used as a. You could do it for other characters, of course, but I can see like a warlock patron offering one of these as like, oh, if
Well,
you do this for me, I will grant you another
honestly,
portion of my power.
I disagree. I think it's a cool way to roleplay this kind of relationship without going full warlock.
Oh no, I'm saying honestly, that's what I'm saying. I mentioned warlock because like you have the
Yeah.
direct connection, but like any character could do this realistically.
So, in theory, if I gave you permission, that's what we're literally finding out right now whether I'm doing that or not, you can choose a dark bargain when you make your character. Work with your GM to determine all the blah blah blahs.
Who offered it and what your terms your character had to fulfill, or still expect to fulfill to make a
Yes,
good on the
good
deal.
on the deal. They can also come about during play on the campaign. It sounds like this is what they're meant for. Blah blah blah. They see an opportunity. Blah blah blah. Others might be willing to negotiate as an alternative price to death or worse. In these cases, the GM might alter the terms of the bargain, such as increasing, lessening, or even waiving the price of the bargains entirely, though perhaps only for a short time, as long as some other condition is met. Each dark bargain is unique, and a character can enter into a given bargain only once. A character could theoretically be bound to multiple dark bargains at one time, but each one only once.
Okay, so you
The
can't have multiple of
yeah,
they're the same. So theoretically, you could have all of these at once. In theory, technically.
but yeah, what's interesting to me is that they feel the need to mention this, so that means that they're trying to cut something off at the past by even bringing it up.
Yeah, wait, that's
So,
right. Now I'm curious of what they would be cutting
anyways,
off. Removing a bargain, dark
but to choose the
bargains.
story. Okay, that this is just lore stuff.
Okay. We got our first one, which is
Okay,
oh,
we're not ready to go into the actual things. Okay, so this is not a complicated mechanic at all.
right. These are, for all intents and purposes, are basically a equivalent of sort of like a boon to a certain degree.
In a sense, yeah.
Which
Chair.
cool.
How did this happen? Chair. Something. How can I make it so it unhappens? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by nothing, and it's bad.
Welcome to my world every day.
Anyways, all right. So yeah.
So we get
So here
basically
are
boons
the.
to offer.
All right.
Bestial awakening.
Okay. So the Pharaoh world calls to your soul, hollowing to you to join it. You can give in to the call and transform into a beast, but the touch of the silver bites you more. I get it. So these are about like consequences. Okay, we've kind of looked at this before. So
we get beast skin.
you always have the polymorph spell prepared. You can cast it once without a spell slot or spell components,
Only
but
on yourself.
only target yourself and regain the ability to cast when you finish a long rest. You can also cast a slot using slots. Use your modifier. You can only You can also cast these slots. You have the blah 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 blah. When you cast it, when you cast, wisdom or charisma is your spellcasting ability where you cast it without a spell slot. Wait,
yeah, hold on.
they messed up here.
Intelligence,
I think
wisdom, and charisma is the ability score when you cast it without a spell slot.
They messed up here. I think what they're trying to tell us is if you have a spell slot and use a spell slot, you can just use whatever
spellcasting modifier thing you want.
But here's the issue: that's not a mechanic in D&D. That's something you have to actually specify.
Yeah, but also
Mm-hmm.
with the wording of it is, with the exact wording of it, which is when you don't use it with a spell slot. Which keep in mind, when you don't use it, when you use this feature, not with the spell slot, but with this feature.
Yeah, it's only on yourself.
Right, it's only on yourself, which doesn't have a thing that matters.
Yeah, we literally talked about that the last time. That's just the way they do it.
Right.
Anyways, the price.
Searing Silver.
Severed weapons ignore any resistance or immunity to damage you have.
If you take damage
from a silver weapon or touch silver with your bare skin or its equivalent, you can't regain hit points until you finish a short or long rest. That is brutal.
When you finish. So it's like you can't, not even if you start to take a short rest, so you can't even spend hit dice on that short rest that you're trying to recover it from.
You can spend, as a short rest, which creature has something. You must have at least one hit point, spend hit dice. You can spend one or more for each hit points. Yeah, I guess you're right. Wow, that is
But here's the thing. Here's something to consider, though.
Yeah?
Now, the DM could be mean about this.
Yes.
But how many monsters in the monster manual actually specify in their weapons that they are silvered?
Again, this is... I'm actually thinking about this, Ross. These are not a mechanic we can really approve or not.
I mean, it'd still be a fun thing to cover.
No, you're not wrong. But I bring this up to say, as a DM, I'm only going to have this happen in a campaign where it is likely to encounter. Having this in a Curse of Strahd campaign is horrible. Having this in your, standard Faerun adventure, it probably isn't going to come up.
It might happen once, maybe twice. Yeah. But even then...
I think at that point we're throwing arrows at monks.
Exactly. That's why I made the clarification of, unless the DM wants to be mean or, throw...
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it's mean. If I'm going to put a price, I'm going to make the price come up.
Right.
Okay, so then we got Call of the Lonely.
God, that is so creepy. I hate that. I hate that.
When no other creature can see you, you can use a bonus action to call your companion, which appears in an unoccupied space within 10 feet of you. It takes the form of a person or a vague silhouette and uses the doppelganger stat block. It is friendly towards you and acts as your ally. And it takes its turn on your initiative in combat. It disappears after 1 hour when it dies, or when you die, or when you use an action to politely dismiss it. When it disappears, it drops anything it was wearing or carrying.
Okay.
I will note, you're not getting it attuned to anything. Just keep that in mind.
Right, because it only lasts for an hour, and you have to...
An hour is how long it takes to attune to something.
Well, actually...
It is an hour short rest.
Actually, is the attuning to something specifically an hour, or just taking a short rest or long rest?
It is I guess you can cast Catnap on it.
That's what I was thinking, Catnap. But the attunement would go away once they go away, right? Or would it go... Would it follow them? I don't know. Drops all the items they're carrying or wearing.
Yeah.
Unless there's an attunement item that specifically don't care. I don't know how attunements work fully. So I don't know if that's even a thing that exists.
I think I would say, yeah. This is a summoning ability? No. It can't keep the attunements.
Okay. But that's
fair. The companion sometimes appears with trinkets or other items. It might tell you where it got them, or it might not. If it took the object from someone who missed it or wants it back, that could create difficulties for you.
Okay.
So this is like a magic item generator. This could be either a magic. What is Cursed Curious? Is that a mechanic we didn't even look at?
Is this another mechanic or is this an item? I.
It's
Oh,
from
it's part
part
of the.
two.
It's in part 2.
Part 2. Anyways,
An unsettling presence.
when your companion is summoned, both it and you exude a frightful air that unnerves your allies. While the companion is summoned, a creature that isn't hostile towards you that starts to turn to your companion must be on DC or have the frightened condition.
Here, wow,
That's not a crazy price.
actually here's something to consider though.
Mm-hmm.
This is debuffing your. This is potentially debuffing your allies constantly.
No, I don't think so.
A creature that isn't hostile towards you, which would be your allies, they're friendly towards you. It would be any shopkeeper if this thing is out.
Well, you wouldn't bring this out for a shopkeep.
Well, no.
You would only bring this out in a fight. That being said, let me take a look at the Doppelganger stat block.
That is. I think it all depends on how the doppelganger works. Keep in mind, I think this is 2024.
Yeah, we'll take a look here.
I have no clue if there's many differences between the two, but it's something to note.
Yeah. It's okay at stealth. Okay.
Pretty good HP.
Here's what you could do. Keep in mind, in order to use it in the first place, you have to be hidden from anybody.
Right.
And I bring this up because that means you'd probably want to give this to your rogue or ranger.
Rogue, ranger.
Ooh, that's not a stalker.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there's another. So, you don't have to exactly be stealth for this, because you could do it
Yeah.
with, you could turn 1, cast invisibility, and now
True.
since, unless the creature has blind sight, true sight, or whatever, now no creature can
Yes.
see you, then you can use this bonus action.
Well, yes. Well, that is true. My entire point is whoever has this is going to be someone who can go invisible frequently.
Right.
So I think the odds are a little less that they will do it. But all the same, yes, it is a little annoying. Let's keep going.
Collector of Stories.
You get the Legend Lore spell prepared.
Cool.
Cast it once and regain the ability. You can also cast it blah, 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 blah. Why do you specify this again? That doesn't make sense. When you cast Legend Lore without a spell slot, a friendly NPC forgets ever meeting you. You can meet them again and have to rebuild the relationship, but you forever cause an unsettling discomfort in them. That NPC's attitude towards you can't ever improve beyond indifferent. You have disadvantage at all charisma checks against. This sucks. Like, honestly, I think I would just no. This kind of sucks. I can't help but think it.
2 things I want to ask.
Yes.
I'm reading for the casting Legend Lore without a spell slot or spell components. That doesn't say anything about costing material components. So are we still going to need the
Yes.
I forget what Legend Lore uses. I know
But
we
it's
use
a point.
right.
Yes. You
So we'll still need that. But also, theoretically,
Mhm.
Hoarded Stories. I know it's specifically a friendly NPC. Okay, I was gonna say, what if you robbed this merchant, for example, but then like you end up using Legend Lore this ability.
Rob me, I'm still friendly for you. I mean, here's what you got to remember: this is not a roll. This is not a you choose. This is the GM chooses.
I mean, of course.
So this isn't really a system you can game. You're not going to be able to take advantage of someone by having them completely forget about you constantly. First off, because you can't make them friendly again, but also because, again, I, as the GM, am going to always pick whoever the most dramatic NPC is. Your father will forget you, and I am so sorry.
Damn.
Again, it's why this sucks. You're getting such a raw deal, or such a meh ability, which, there are other ways to get.
Right.
And the price is insane. But I guess that is the point.
Right. That's what the point of these dark bargains.
None of these are getting approved or not, because that's just not the type of feature this is.
Right.
When you fail a
Crooked
saving
Fortune.
throw, you can use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Oh, okay.
When you do so, if you would take half damage, you have evasion for it.
Cool.
And once you use it, you can't do it again until you pay the price.
Ooh, okay.
After you cheat, after you do it, your next 3 saves have disadvantage and can't have advantage. And you gain 1 exhaustion level when you succeed one of the saves. Once you succeed a fail on the Thursday, you regain use of Cheat Faith. The powers that govern the warp and weft of fate don't take on the cheating outside the terms at the team's description. Save throws made intentionally or without the true consequences. Simply to pay the price, painlessly don't count.
So, first off,
Mhm.
thankfully, unless I'm misreading this, it sounds like this exhaustion bit
Yeah, you only get the
Only-
1 level.
only happen like if you, let's say somehow you get really lucky and succeed all 3 of the saves, you're only getting 1 throughout the entire thing.
Correct. Yeah, but still, this is honestly, I like this one, but oh my god, it's tough.
It is tough. It is tough,
Then we
but
have
it is powerful
the
too.
personality, which is honeyed word, magic action, do things, charm.
For 24 hours.
Wait.
So,
Wait. The creature is charmed, or until your eyes. Charm target is your ally and follows your commands as long as they don't require the target to harm itself. The target character's command finds odious. It makes a saving throw. Once the condition ends, the target is immune for this feature. If the target has immunity charm, it instead has disadvantage on D20 tests at the start of your next turn. You can... The what? Once you use the feature, can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. I will tell you, if we were approving or not these, this would be completely not approved.
yeah, no save,
no allies that you can see. If you start the turn with no allies, you can see your hero within front of you. You lose any temporary points you have from any source, and you have disadvantage on D20 tests.
any
wow.
source.
So you need to keep your party within 20 feet of you. That
Wow.
can suck.
Here's the thing. Yeah, God, there are so many ways to get temp HP. Just getting those removed. Actually, at the start of your turn.
Yeah,
But getting those removed sucks.
it does. And we have Hand of Death.
Hand of Death. Advantage on constitution save those.
When you have 0 hit points on your turn, you can instead choose to regain. We've done this already.
Half your
Whenever you regain hit points through any means, you gain only once a humanoid other than you dies in 30 feet. You can use the feat regain hit points as normal.
Wow. Depending on the campaign,
So,
this is basically infinite life.
Days. Other creatures within 10 feet of you have disadvantage on death saving throws, and you can't restore hit points to a creature with 0 hit points by any means. Some of these are
That's
just
really
plain mean.
Yeah, no, this one's.
You don't give this to the cleric. I'll tell you that right now.
No, not giving it to. Not getting any. Honestly, one of the few options that doesn't. You would give this to one that doesn't have that many healing options. I'm thinking Rogue, Barbarian doesn't really heal unless you pick a
Wizard.
subclass that does.
But yeah,
Yeah, Wizard, like
let's keep going.
Might of the Old.
Your strength increases to buff.
Oh,
Your
maximum
dexterity decreases by 2.
Oh, to a maximum of 22. Oh, this goes past the barrier.
Yep.
Interesting.
As a bonus action, you can raise your strength 25 for 1 minute, during which
Ooh.
time you deal double damage to objects. Once you use this bonus action, you can't use it until you finish a long rest. That's actually kind of cool.
That's pretty nutty, honestly.
Vulnerability to fire. Honestly, I guess
That?
the real place is the dump to your dex, but you can work around that.
Honestly? Yeah, no, this. I would honestly. This is a really good deal. So 25. That would make.
Yeah.
That would make your modifier for attack rolls if you're using strength.
And yeah, the Pyre's price is like, oh, just don't use it when the red dragon shows up. It's very simple. Just don't use it when the red dragon shows up, and when you think fire damage. If you're going to elemental plane of fire. Don't use your primeval strength ever.
Well, I was gonna say you could also
You still
get
have 22 strength essentially.
you could still also counteract this by there are ways to get fire resistance and make it neutralized, I believe. But
Suppose, but let's not assume that.
right, I mean, yeah, no, not assuming that. That's still a worth it trade deal.
Actually, no, Ross.
Oh,
No, it wouldn't. During which time you have vulnerability to fire damage. Even if you're a tiefling, your resistance would be changed to vulnerability.
Ugh.
well, I was thinking after you trigger this, then you would drink like a fire resistance potion or something.
Yeah, that I guess you could do.
Right, that's what I was referring to. Because order of operations stuff.
But like I said, I just don't think it's that big of a price.
Oh yeah, no,
You
agreed.
just cannot use it.
Also, weirdly enough, you could get
As a reminder, your strength is 22, which is above the normal cap,
It is.
even without it.
That is crazy.
Self-serving.
Sacrifice.
Alright, when a creature within that
That's a
is
far
or
range.
reduced. Reaction, switch places. Teleports, roll numbers, force damage. Heroic inspiration,
And
reduce exhaustion.
if any, is reduced by 1.
The target regains hit points equal to the total roll that gains 1 exhaustion level. You can't use this feature until you finish.
That is a far teleport.
Yeah, and
120 feet. That is far.
Then we got draining precedence. When you finish a short, each creature within 100 feet loses 1 hit point die
Oh,
before spending the hit die in case of finishing a short rest.
that hurts.
You can cast True Resurrection using this bargain, requiring no spell slot or spell components. Blah 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 blah. When you cast spell slot, you die, and nothing can prevent it. Your soul is bound to torment the creature you return to life, and you can't be raised from the dead by any means. When the creature takes a long rest, it must roll a d20 halfway through the rest's duration. On a 1, your soul takes the form of a wraith within 100 feet of the creature and tries to kill it. The wraith vanishes after 8 hours or when it dies. Once the wraith appears, it can't appear again for 30 days. The wraiths aren't that bad.
Here is
Yeah, the wraith, I'm not.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
I know. Let's take a look at elves for a moment. I know trance makes long resting for elves into a long rest, but doesn't it count as like an actual, like, long rest in the sense of,
Yes.
Like-
yes.
okay, so theoretically it would happen in 2 hours instead of
Yeah, but
4.
it is
Okay.
a moot point. Mechanically, it'll be the same.
Okay.
Yeah, mechanically, it makes no difference mechanically.
Right.
But yeah, that is a lot. This does a lot.
This is a lot. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, you cast your resurrection, which is a 9th level spell, but you were casting it and killing off your character.
Right, yeah, no. For all intents and purposes, that's like a martyr ability.
Yeah, except,
Like you're self-sacrificing. But yeah.
and again though, the wraith shows up, and I'm like, by the time I'm willing to give this to you, I'm gonna be honest, a wraith is nothing.
Right.
Shattered
Shattered
Spirits.
Spirit.
Power Death, Sharp Protection on. You have
Resist-
resistance to necrotic damage and advantage to saving throws against spells and effects created by undead. You
Okay.
must consume 1 pound of raw flesh, it needn't be fresh, per day or suffer malnutrition.
Is that something unique in this? Or is
No,
that a regular
no,
mechanic
no,
in D&D? Okay.
It just means you get exhaustion, basically.
Okay.
You need to eat, yeah. Features that detect your creature type, such as Paladin, Divine Sense, or the Detect Evil and Good spell, treat you as undead if your creature type isn't undead already. And
Okay.
then we got the Coffin of Nails.
Coffin of Nails.
You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
The choice you select when you pick this bargain, which that is
Yeah.
probably why you can't get multiple of these, so you can't get one
Yep.
of each of these resistances.
Correct. When you suffer a critical hit from the chosen damage type, it becomes a normal hit instead. When you are immersed in water or splashed with at least a gallon of water, your skin tightens and grows rusty until you finish a short or long rest during the time of your speed, and the time you can hold your breath are halved, and your resistance to the chosen damage type for Iron Grip becomes vulnerability instead.
Okay.
Then we got
Yeah. I think I would pick slashing. I feel like slashing happens a lot compared to the
then
other
we
three,
got
but yeah.
still. Honestly, I think bludgeoning is the most common.
Bludgeoning or slashing are up there.
Food, drink, and maladies of the flesh have lost their hold over you, but these are the very things that keep us so vital. Your mind grows ravenous. Forgoing food and drink doesn't give you exhaustion levels. You resist the poison damage, advance on save those to avoid, and you have vulnerability to psychic damage, and advance on save those to avoid either fragmentation. A calm motion spell cast can suppress this feature for its duration. Oh, well, yeah. What? That's so boring.
So, okay, here is my question. Because normally common motions, unless I'm mistaken, only affects humanoids. What if we're a race that's not humanoid? Would that count as casting it on us?
Because this specifically calls out calm emotion, it'll work.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Unquenchable Fury. Bonus action, or when you take the attack action turn, you can choose to enter a Fury. Well, you make an additional melee attack while you take the attack action turn, and you can resolve damage you take by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus. If
Okay.
you're hitting a capacity condition, or if you die, or if you end your turn and there are no creatures. You can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You also regain these. Wait. Okay, so one extra attack. Okay, while you are in a Fury, you must make a saving throw at the start of each turn on a successful save. You can choose to end your Fury or continue. On a failed save, you no longer make the saving throw at the start of your turns, and you regard the creature nearest you that you can see your hero as your enemy.
If there's multiple, you choose one at random.
You must move as close to the creature as possible, take the attack action, target the creature, blah, 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 blah.
If you're unable to get close enough to attack it, your turn ends after
you use the ball. If the you must, take the attack action, target the creature with melee attack. If the creature dies or can no longer be seen, hurt by the next nearest creature. Wow, that is horrible. That's actually really bad. Like, there's no shot I ever let this in the game, because that basically means that you don't get to make any decisions as long as you fail one wisdom save.
I was just like, I know this isn't official, but didn't the Lycan Blood Hunter have a very similar feature?
Well, it is true. There were ways to get around it.
Right.
This doesn't have that.
It's also been a hot minute since I've looked at that, so I'm not even sure.
Wings of Whisperers. Bonus action, fly.
All right, already cool.
It's a hover.
Ooh,
During this time, crows and ravens. Let's use again. The birds, when you activate it, will follow you, giving you disadvantage on stealth, but advantage on insight checks. Oh wait. Oh no. Advantage on insight checks against you. Basically, you can't hide stuff.
Oh, they have advantage on insight checks against us. Okay, I was like, wait, how does having birds surround us improve our insight?
So, this mechanic is a cool way to put in a couple cool deals, but yeah, this is never at character creation. I would give none of these at character creation.
No.
This is, all of these would be, you seek it out, or a deal is made. That being said, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
We're free.
We're free. Overall about the book, it's fine.
It was a mixed bag.
I think putting all the final pieces together, there's stuff we liked, stuff we didn't.
Yeah.
And I think overall it eventually neutrals out.
Yeah.
There was some cool stuff in here. There was stuff that I did enjoy.
With that being said, thank you for watching.
And as always, stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.